What's up, guys? How's it going? It's Sean coming to you live from Interstate 95, sitting in the middle of a snowstorm. You can see I got my sheet of ice already collected. I was going to do this video tonight, but I figured I got nothing else going on, so I'll do it right now. Listen, a lot of talk. It's 2018. It's day 3 of the new year. Everybody's talking about their goals, what they're going to do. And so I wanted to kind of focus in on that and hopefully help somebody really quantify how to make their goals a reality. You can't, when it comes to goals, like I, as a service manager, I can't just say, I want to do 200,000 a month. You know, as a general sales manager, I can't say, I want to sell 200 cars a month, because I'm not the one doing it. So, you know, for people in management, anyone in any kind of supervisory position, you need to focus on your people's goal. Because what you'll find, if I'm running a shop, for example, and I want my shop to turn 1,500 hours, maybe 1,500 hours a month gets me to my, you know, that translates into obviously part sales and obvious gross margins that are going to get me to my dollar amount. Okay, so 1,500 hours or $200,000, whatever it is. I'm probably going to find that I may have 4 service advisors and they want to do 60,000 gross apiece. Their individual goals accumulate to being greater than my goal. I may have 8 technicians that want to do 50 hours a week, that's over 1,700 hours a month. So, you know, in a supervisory or management role, you know, if you're a real leader, you don't want to just focus on your own goals. What you really need to do with your time and your effort and your energy is to ask your team what their goals are. Because you will find almost every time that their goals are more than you. I guarantee you, especially in sales, if you want to hit 150 units, you probably have 10 salespeople that want 20 apiece. So if you help them achieve their goal, yours is going to happen. If you reach for helping them achieve their goal and half of them fall short, you're probably still going to reach your goal. So your effort and your mentality and all of your energy needs to go into making sure that they have the tools to reach their goal and that they have the training to reach their goal. If you dedicate your time to equipping them to realize their goals and their dreams, yours are going to come just as a byproduct of that. Now, for the individual goals, you know, there's a lot of people out there. I want to sell 20 cars a month. I want to do $100,000 this year, take home pay or whatever it is. You really need to quantify that into daily activities that are going to make that happen for you. You need to, goals are great, but let's face it, there's probably, millions of people in America that are saying this year I'm going to lose 30 pounds, and they go to the gym, they get their membership, but we all know how that goes and how that plays out come May. But you need to start off with your big goal, which really it helps to have a long term, a 5, 10, or 20-year goal. But then you need to back that up. If I'm going to reach this 20-year goal, where do I need to be in 10 years? And in order to reach that, where do I need to be in 5 years? In order to do that, what do I need to achieve every year until then? That gives you an annual goal. That's where your annual goal should be based on, is the legacy, the long-term stuff. Now then you need to back that up and break that down into monthly, weekly, and daily goals. I know there's a lot of salespeople out there, so I'll kind of relate it to that. But if you're a salesperson and you want to sell, let's say, 240 cars this year, okay, that's easy. That's 20 cars a month. So your monthly goal is now 20 cars. But in reality, you're going to have up months, you're going to have down months. You may fall short of that completely if you don't focus on weekly and daily goals. So what is it going to take to do that? If you're already a 20 car a month guy and your goal is to do 20 cars a month, first off, you got the wrong goal. That's not a goal for growth. That's just a goal for average, to meet your abilities. But hopefully your goal is to stretch. And so you need to back that up more and say, okay, last year I made 15 phone calls a day. I took X amount of ups per day or per week. What am I going to do to increase that, to increase my odds? You should have a couple of task-driven goals to help you reach your monthly and your annual, but you should also have ability goals. Simply doing tasks is not going to cut it. I could take a lot of people and have them greet 30 people a day on the lot at a dealership and sell 0 cars. So you need to be, that's where it counts to break it down. I would say translate your annual goal into a monthly goal, and then translate that into weekly and daily goals. And those should be split up about, I would say, 5 lesser goals. And 2 or 3 of them should be related to your ability and enhancing that and what you're going to do to grow that. How much time per day you're going to dedicate to learning and educating yourself. What are you going to do differently to educate yourself? But then also have 2 or 3 task-driven goals. And if you do that and you just focus on the daily, everything else will come. If I'm a salesperson and last year I took 10 ups a day and I sold 20 cars a month and I didn't really do anything new with my closing tactics, and this year I say, hey, I'm going to call 15 people a day, and in the middle of that I'm going to spend an hour on online training or something like that, and I'm going to spend at least an hour a day on online training, and maybe an hour or 2 a week I'm going to partner up with somebody and do some dry runs, do some role playing with them. You're going to develop into a 25 or 30 car guy. It's the same way with any other aspect with any other business. You know, look at who's maybe achieving what you're doing, pair up with that person, do some role playing. Hey man, how do you overcome this? It's that interaction and that practice that gets you there. You don't win the Super Bowl by just showing up to the Super Bowl and playing really hard. You have to practice all year for it. That's what's going to translate your goals. And again, for the leaders, I cannot stress enough how important it is to set your own personal goals aside and focus on helping the goals of your people. If you have a team that's on board with this and your team has goals of an hour of training a day, an hour of role playing, every Monday and Wednesday with somebody else, and you're the person that's there facilitating that, you're the one holding them accountable. Hey, did you do your training today? Hey, did you pair up with Stan and do some role playing? What did you do? Maybe you get involved in that. You will find that your team is going to achieve their goals, and that will almost always exceed what your personal goals were. Hope everyone makes it a great year. You got 362 days left. Not sure of the status of leap year this year, but you got about 360 days left. Let's make it count. Hit the daily goals, and you will make it happen in 2018. Have a great day, guys.